Getting in a really good position where your hips are at 90 and your knees are at 90 is going to help create that internal rotation. So feet on the wall, hips and knees at 90 degrees. So we don't want to have our pelvis tilting and tucking under here. We want to keep it really open. So we're keeping a little bit of an anterior tilt. So let the sit bones open towards the wall. Keep the heels slightly dragging down the wall and think about these proximal hamstrings coming on. So that's right up near your glutes. Let the rib cage melt down to the floor. And you should have just a very slight gap underneath your low back. So in this position, all we're going to do is practice inhaling down into the pelvic floor to create that length with the breath. So as the diaphragm descends and pushes the guts down into the pelvic floor, you're creating that length. And because you're in this 90-90 position, there's already a little bit of tension on these tissues. So then as you inhale and push that pressure down, you're getting a little bit more release. So hands on the rib cage, take a big inhale. Thinking about expanding like a balloon, so all parts of the rib cage pushing down into the pelvic floor, allowing for that gentle stretch and length of the tissues under tension. On the exhale, you can think about the front of the pelvic floor and the tissues between the hip bones gathering in and up, and gently letting the rib cage come down to the floor. Inhale into the front, the back, the sides of the rib cage, and then allowing that pressure to push down into the pelvic floor. And this is like a controlled bearing down. So you're not forcibly bearing down, pushing pressure into the pelvic floor. It's just that gentle pressure from the inhale, pushing the guts down into the pelvic floor that creates that length. Exhale from the bottom up. Rib cage coming down to the floor. Inhale down. Exhale. If you notice that you start clenching your glutes or your hip flexors, really try to let them go, give them a little jiggle, reset, get the sit bones facing towards the wall. Then take your inhale and your exhale.